Elayne, of course, you played such an integral role in the earlier part of the series, and you were extraordinary on that very first episode. I mean, right out of the gate, they came right out with a very serious, dramatic storyline, and just you acted brilliantly. You took those words and just really made them your own with a scene that could be very, very tough. I mean, really, you got incredibly emotional. I mean, Jeff, obviously, found in the hotel room with, I don't want to give too much away because people haven't seen this, but, it was really something. And you were brilliant at it. How did the opportunity come for you to be a part of this earlier part of this iconic, the miniseries part of it?
Well, I never wanted to do a series, but I found out, Mike Nichols was involved and Mark Rydell at that time, and I met them. And I remember Mike was sitting in the room with Mark when I came in, and it came down to I was in this little waiting room with two other actresses. So you saw like who your competition was. And I guess it was a final round or something. And I walked in and Mike just said, "Well, are you nervous?" And I said, "It's the strangest thing. I'm not nervous at all." And he said, "Oh yeah, I was just like that too. It's called," and there was some long like disease name. And he said, "Every time I went on with Elaine May, with Nichols and May,
Yeah.
it's like you're so nervous that you're numb. You can't feel anything." And so he was relating to me as, I felt a kinship. And he was so lovely. I auditioned for some film that he did before, and I was not right for it. And I told him, I said, "I'm actually not right for this part." And he said, "The only other person that's ever said that was Dustin Hoffman when he came in for The Graduate."
Right.
I didn't do the part. I really wasn't right for it. But he wrote me the most beautiful handwritten note after that about, how he felt about me. And so it was so special. And Mark was incredible. And he gave me the opportunity. It wasn't in the script. The opening kind of shot where the sequence was where she sees
Jeff.
Jeff, I was John. Yes, Jeff in the room with her friend, and walks out, and it was basically get in this sports car or something and just drive away, and that was it in the script. And I said to Mark, "Well, what if we stop the car and I roll up the window and then I scream and I start banging my hands on the wheel, and you won't hear me scream." He said, "Okay, let's do it." And that was the opening. And then it was like you see me kind of with no sound, screaming and banging on the wheel. And then it said family. And I thought, whoa, that was so cool.
Yeah.
But Mark was that wonderful kind of, director that allowed you to do stuff. And I remember I don't think I ever would have been cast if it was not for them, because I was never in a Spelling Goldberg show. I was not. They'd say, "Could you comb her hair?" And Mark would say, "Leave her hair alone, leave her alone." I think they just kind of, didn't want too much reality in a way of people. But yeah, and there was afterwards, I think, I'm not sure that they really knew what to do with the character after the first episode, because we got some scripts and I said, "Well, what happened to the relationship? Did we get divorced? Did we, is this before or after?" And they said, "Just do it." So I don't even know, when we shot the little pieces of the next few episodes for the miniseries, I had no idea what the relationship was, whether we were even still together or not. And they shot it out of order. So it was kind of a strange situation. It was like, that was a little challenging to have kind of Mark and, Mike gone. But but I mean, I loved being with everybody and the situation. But yeah, that was it. It was just wonderful working with them.